Welcome, this is the 2017 Nissan Armada. Since 2016, this vehicle has been built in Japan and shares the platform with the Infiniti QX80 and the Nissan Patrol. It's about 390 horsepower, and it actually feels like something that's got 390 horsepower. Sometimes you'll get a larger SUV, it's got some big numbers, but it really doesn't translate into that visceral experience when you get on it. This one made it to the 7-speed automatic transmission with manual mode. Definitely makes the car feel a lot lighter than it is, and it runs like a performance car. The V8 is built in Deckler, Tennessee. I believe it's pronounced Deckler. If anybody knows how to put engines together, it's the boys in Tennessee, and they have done a fine job on this 5.6 liter Nissan power plant. Couple of things that make me wonder, especially for a company with such attention to detail as Infiniti: no 12-volt power outlet or USB in the center console. Baffling in 2017. They thought enough to have a very clever front and rear opening options so that the rear seat passengers can have access to the goodies in here. You do have a power outlet here. You do have another one here. There's not a terrible shortage. I could use a couple more USB ports. I mean, they've got some blank spots up here, but it just mystifies me that there's not one in here. Other stuff like the door, it auto locks but doesn't unlock when you pull the handle. I'm sure I get used to it soon enough. But I like some things like the tufted fabric here. It's got heated seats even for fabric seats, which I don't often see. Contrasting piping, some nice stitching in the dashboard materials. Overall, a big win. Navigation, what you would expect. Standard car navigation, never as good as what's on your phone. Sound system is Bose, actually sounds very good. And got seating capacity for, I believe, 8 here. And the the third row seats fold down with power assist to give you some extra cargo space. I will tell you, I recently rented a Suburban. I wanted the QX80, but it ended up with a broken windshield before I picked it up. Excuse me. And they gave me the Chevy Suburban from Mir, which for a 1,600-mile road trip with 5 people on board, I was quite happy with. Very happy with. In fact, I'm now in this vehicle comparing it, since it's the same layout as the QX80, and thinking, I'm glad I didn't wind up with that, because my third row passengers would have had to climb over this seat. There was a pass-through with the Suburban, and there's a lot more cargo space in the Suburban. So I'm a huge Nissan fan, and I think this thing sounds amazing. Pulls like crazy. Let's go to manual mode here. Pop the window. Just handles beautifully. I mean, really takes the corners. Yeah, better than the Suburban for sure. Got a lot more pickup. But, you know, it's depending what you're after. I'm not really comparing vehicles for you to buy here. I'm comparing vehicles that you might want to take on a family road trip. This one does really nicely. I would probably limit myself to 3 passengers for this, even though it will accommodate 8. You know, you want some room to spread out and not have to be right next to the other person. So for 5 passengers, I'm going that way. 3, maybe 4, I would pick this. So that's the overall once around on this thing. It really is a very, very fun car. Fuel economy running in the 14 point something range for city. I think it's around 19 for highway, but driving it like that's probably going to be a little bit less. So that's it. 2017 Armada. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you back here with the next, hopefully, fun rental. Have a good day.